Since the dawn of time, human beings have developed instincts to collect assets important for survival, to seek out tokens or memorials of experiences that have had a significant impact on our lives. The practice of collecting objects may be at its peak as we fast forward to the new paranormal.
Yo mama is so lazy. If she were an action figure, the action would be sold separately. My guest today is a man who has taken his love of childhood pop culture to unimaginable new heights. He is an avid toy collector, craftsman, and photographer. Please welcome Duane Perera. Duane! How did you turn a hobby of collecting and photographing toys into a career?
Well, technically, I'm still in the process of turning this into a career. I'd say I'm maybe 70% of the way there. Some months I can pay all my bills from toy photography if I get a brand deal or if I get some commission work. But then other months it's challenging, so I have to rely on other sources of income. But as far as just getting to this point, it's been mainly a matter of building up an audience on different social media platforms. So I'm trying to build up an audience on Instagram and TikTok. And, I've been trying to create images that resonate with people and things that people want to share with their friends. That's been my main way of growth, just getting people to repost my images in their stories and on their feeds. And one thing also that I've realized as an artist is that it's just as important to document the process of making my art as it is to show the final product itself. So I think that's one of the reasons that I've been able to grow is just the fact that I demonstrate a lot of my process and people can get a lot more insight into how I create my art.
Now, making 6 figures a year sounds like a dream come true. Unless you work for a toy manufacturing company. Then it sounds like a quick way to the unemployment line. Now, what makes a toy collectible?
Well, when I'm buying a toy, I'm looking at a few different things. First of all, if it's a character from a movie or TV show that I'm really interested in, then I'll definitely pick it up. Things from my childhood. I love the Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, those kind of things are going to be definitely things that I want in my collection. Also, the aesthetic, the way the figure looks. Some of these figures are really high end and highly detailed. So even if it's a character that I'm not that familiar with, if they look really cool, I'm definitely going to want to get it and put it into my collection. Also, the articulation of the figure. If you think back to the old figures from the 70s and the 80s, they were very limited in what they could do. Like you can just move the arms up and down and like this, right? But now some of these higher end figures are very highly articulated. You can bend them in all kinds of different ways and pose them. So those are things that really make me want to collect them.
Here's a scary story for you. A man went into a toy store and ripped the arms off every teddy bear in the store. Why did the cops let him go free? He had the right to bear arms. Duane, what is your toy holy grail?
Well, my holy grail is always changing. These toy companies are releasing amazing figures every week, right? So I'm always wanting something new. There's not any one particular figure, but at this very moment, if I had to pick one, there is a company called 30, and they just released this, or they announced this new upcoming line of Power Rangers figures, and they look like they were taken straight out of the TV show and made into toys. Like they look absolutely incredible. So right now, I definitely want to get those, but they're pretty expensive. They're around, I think, over $500 for the whole set. So it's a lot of money, but one day, definitely love to get those.
One day. Any horror stories about collecting toys?
Well, fairly recently, a couple months ago, actually, I had bought this new toy. I don't want to name the brand just because I don't want to put negative energy out there. But I brought this toy home, and it was brand new. Opened it out of the package and started posing it. And within 2 or 3 minutes of taking it out of the package, it completely snapped in half, right? And I was really devastated. I was like, holy smokes, this is, a brand new toy. And I learned a very important lesson that day. And that is that, I live in Canada, so it gets really cold here in the winter. So sometimes when you bring something inside, you got to give it a chance to warm up and heat it up so that the joints actually move. Otherwise, it's going to be very brittle. But that was very, very spooky to see. The figure just snap in half just like that.
You know what I just hate? Action figures with no feet. I just can't stand them. Have you shot any spooky action figures before?
Yes, I have actually. I've shot, actually have some of them here for you. You can take a look. I've got Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th. Also got Freddie Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. And Skeletor, he's pretty spooky himself. But the thing is, when I shoot these spooky characters, I like to put them in non-spooky situations, unexpected situations. So, for example, with Skeletor, I made a photo of him in the kitchen making a protein shake, right? Completely, normal situation that you wouldn't expect to see him in, right? And then Jason, I've made photos of him in a portrait studio getting a family portrait with Freddie as the photographer. So I like to take these characters and make them a little bit less spooky.
Ah, some of my favorite horror icons right there. Duane, it's time for the lightning round. Go! Favorite movie?
Favorite movie, I would say, is Fubar. It's a Canadian cult classic, independent film.
Favorite childhood stuffed animal?
That would be Alf, the alien from that 80s TV show.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Is Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Who is the most famous person you've had a conversation with?
I haven't really met very many famous people, but I did say hi to Brent Spiner, who plays Data on Star Trek.
What was the biggest mistake you've ever made while shooting a figure?
Well, I make the same mistake quite a bit, and that is just destroying some of my figures, like ripping off arms accidentally or ripping off limbs. It happens quite a bit.
When was the last time you stayed up past 4 in the morning?
That was about 3 months ago. I was working on a pretty demanding toy photography project.
If there was a hair in your soup at a restaurant, would you return it?
No.
Favorite Batman actor?
I'd have to go with Michael Keaton.
One has to go. Game of Thrones, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, or Barney?
That's a tough one, but I think I'm going to have to throw Barney under the bus for this one. As much as he loves me, I love you, but no, you're going to have to go.
Would you rather cuddle with a baby panda or a baby penguin?
I would have to go with the panda on this one.
Thank you, Duane, you talented, talented dude. My friends, I'm not toying around when I say I must ghost you for now. Until next time, goodbye.